Certainly, over the years, my most intense competitor. Over that time, I know she knows that about herself. And in order to make first team All-State, you've got to put the work in, and not just for a season. It's got to be a consistent, whether it's I would say for most players probably in the All-State category, it goes before high school, where you start playing the game, and then a consistent development over the years. It's difficult to keep improving your score for your average for 4 years in a row. I have had plenty of players over the years, both the girls and the boys team, have a fine season, sophomore, junior year, and tail off senior year. For whatever reason, it's just hard, is what it is. It's just hard to keep improving those scores in the game of golf. And I would imagine, any game on top of that as well, and be competitive. So some of the, let's see, highlights for this season. I think there was only one dual match that she did not medal in. I think that was against Divine Child. So she medaled in, what did we play? 6 of 7, 5 of 6 dual matches that we played. 6 of 7 dual matches that we played. Again, medalist is the low score for that day, with both teams taken into account. She beat other players that were also on the All-State team. Sarah for St. Catherine, I think she beat her head-to-head every time she played her. Sarah lost the playoff at the state finals this year. So an excellent player that she went toe-to-toe with all season. That was fun as a coach. We don't always point these things out during the season as to what us coaches are looking for in matchups, because we I think most of us try to downplay it. But that was always a good matchup, and something that the coaches were watching. Rushi had the best scoring average in league play this year. So of all the golfers in our division of the Catholic League, she had the lowest scoring average in all the conference matches. Scoring average, I had averaged out for 9 holes about a 42. The 18-hole matches an 83.5 in 0.5, yeah, half a stroke. No. Let's see, highlights. Let's see, what place was that? And the highest honors tournament. Oh, I know it was the top 10 finish, and I think I have that sheet here somewhere. Let's see. Yes, the first term of the year at Huron Meadows, she had a 79, tied for 5th of all the golfers there. That's Division I, Division II, Division III, Division IV of all the teams that were there. It's not just Division 4 or 3. Barton Hills, her worst score of the season, finished 7th. That's not too bad. The Catholic League Championship, she had 75. Finished 3rd again of all the golfers, Division 1, 2, 3, 4 that are in the Catholic League. There, she won our division of that. At Fox Hills, finished 2nd for the tournament with an 82. First day at state finals, shot an 82. Second day, shot an 87. Finished the tournament 4th overall. The highest, well, let's see here if I have that number. I'll stay. I guess I don't technically have the number from 2006, 2008 of those two players as to what their finish was at the state finals. But let's say Arushi was the best of finish of those players, finishing 4th. And again, state finals, more pressure, the big stage, and that's where everybody wants to put their scores up. And she did an excellent job. At a difficult course. In my estimation, of the 4 courses that are in the rotation at this moment, is the second most difficult second only to another one, Grand Valley State's the Meadows is, I don't think high schoolers should be playing it, but that's, it's a great facility out there. But so a difficult golf course, shot excellent scores over 2 days, finishing 4th overall. And I think really that between, I mean, in just a couple of days, between, if you count the Catholic League Championships all the way to the end of the state finals, those 4 scores really made her a shoo-in for the all-state team. Shooting 75, 82, 82, 87. Not finishing worse than 4th in any of those tournaments. Really solidified her bid at the all-state team that she made. Let's see, other highlights. Led the way all 4 years she was here. Best scoring average all 4 years that she was on the team. Certainly capping it off at the state finals here with her biggest accomplishment, ending with her biggest accomplishment at the state finals. Low round for the year at 38 at Summerfield. Many scores in the low 40s. The 75 was her best score for 18-hole competition at the Catholic League Championships. And maybe more, well, not more important than the scores, but were the coaches' feedback, comments, the other parents of other players' feedback, comments, of just how nice she was to the other girls that she was playing with. And they just loved watching her play. So that's nice to hear, maybe more than the scores. Maybe it seems that, you know, she's not mean to people when she's on the golf course. It happens. Those of you who golf, even non-competitively, knows that it happens sometimes in golf competition, every competition, but sometimes in golf it happens. But it's nice to get that feedback from other players. We have a nice, we have over the years, a close relationship with Gabriel Richard. Some of our sports combined, we played together as well. And over the years, we've always had this great relationship, and it's great. And then that falls back on the players. I mean, the players are friendly, getting along. I know there are times when even us coaches have given tips to their other players, just because we want all the players to play well, and we want you know, if we want to win, we want to win against other players. We want to win, but we also want everyone to play their best and beat them at their best. Hopefully, we're at our best, and I think Arishi really embodies that. Fair competition, but competitive, highly competitive at the same time. Okay, so awards for Arushi over the years. So she was all Catholic League. Let's see, what's the term for that? It's all Catholic, so that's first team, all conference, last year and this year. And again, like Una, I'm sure that Arushi would have had more Catholic League awards had we been at the Catholic League, in the Catholic League for freshman and sophomore year. Let's see, obviously she was a part of those all academic teams for the last 4 years. Arushi also earned individual all-state academic. Again, a combination of GPA and either SAT or ACT score combined. She more than qualified. It was probably the highest score I've ever seen, quite honestly. So well done, Arushi. I would love to actually contact, and maybe I will, to email the guy who's in head of, and just to see if he's seen a higher score for that. So that was impressive. Okay, other highlights. 4th at state finals, made the all-state team. That is a separate award and designation from the state tournament. So the state tournament, you play it, you place where you place for that tournament, and that's for that particular tournament. And the All-State team is your body of work throughout the season. And like I said earlier, with her tournaments, never finishing less than, I mean, 7th place was her worst, and nothing out of the top 10 for her. So what they're looking for, the people that make the choices, and is to make sure that just to pick the top 10 individuals. Occasionally there's an 11th or 12th if there's a close 10th place type thing. I don't know if the order of they don't rank I don't think the top 10 as to what order they were in, but as I said earlier, I think Urushi was a shoo-in, especially after the last, four competitions, and solidifying her place as one of the certainly top 10, but probably like I'll say definitely top 5 golfers in Division 4, and maybe maybe she's 1 through 3, somewhere in there. It's hard to tell with the numbers, not knowing the numbers of the other players that made the team. Okay, what else? Cannot forget anything here. Okay, I think I got all of it.
Siri here.
Okay, so Urushi earns her 4th varsity letter in golf to earn the commented Golden Griffin, and I believe it's her 4th straight year winning the MVP award, lowest scoring average, 2-time captain, on and on awards for Urushi. All right, come on up. Congratulations. And
Should I hold my certificate too?
yeah, that's
Thank you.
Did you video my whole thing?
Yeah, he just wanted to keep a score of what the awards. So, I don't know.
Okay. What